Greetings and welcome to another Tomorrow's World webcast. My name is Wallace Smith. It's really good to have you here. And this jumped out at me actually just a few days ago, even though the article itself is about a month old. It was actually published in Discover magazine, at least on their website, on January 22nd, 2016. The title is Earth May Be a 1 in 700 quintillion kind of place. Let me read just a few selections from this. It's a really good post. It says, a new study suggests that there are around 700 quintillion planets in the universe, but only one like Earth. It's a revelation that's both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Astrophysicist Eric Zachrisson from Uppsala University in Sweden arrived at this staggering figure, a 7 followed by 20 zeros, with the aid of a computer model that simulated the universe's evolution following the Big Bang. Zachrisson's model combined information about known exoplanets with our understanding of the early universe and the laws of physics to recreate the past 13.8 billion years. Zachrisson found that Earth appears to have been dealt a fairly lucky hand. Yeah, I would say so if those are the assumptions. Let me just go ahead and give the wrap up here. It points out concerning this individual, his research indicates from a purely statistical standpoint, Earth perhaps shouldn't exist. And the last sentence says, nevertheless, the researchers are confident in the broader implications of their model. Earth is more than your garden variety planet. I just love the article. I love that finding. At the same time, it's difficult because we want to make sure we don't just grab onto something science says because we happen to like it or agree with it. It's science. They're constantly changing their assumptions as they learn different things or as people with different biases become to be in charge. And so you never know when there's a study that says, we were wrong. There's billions of Earths out there. It really does vary, but they sincerely seem to try to build this model based on everything we know and concerning the planets we've found outside of our own solar system. And that's the conclusion that they came up to with their model, that there might be 700 quintillion planets, but of all of them, given the kinds of stars that would need to be in place, etc., that there would be only one like Earth. That really is astonishing. It flies in the face of some major assumptions in science, in particular cosmology and astrophysics and such as they're often called the Copernican principle or Copernicus principle or the mediocrity principle, related, not necessarily exactly the same. But those assumptions say that, well, we should just assume that our world is pretty ordinary. And I mean our world, our general surroundings. Surely we're not just some lucky winner of some giant cosmic lottery. If this is what we see, then the rest of the universe is probably somehow somewhat like this. Because the only alternative to that, realistically, is that this special place was created, and that's why we're so different than the rest of the universe. So you see a lot of scientists kind of making that assumption, that surely the rest of the universe is very much like what we see around us. But a finding like this flies in the face of that. It actually says, no, this really is a very, 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 how very? Well, statistically, 1 in 7 followed by 20 zeros, special place. Now, of course, those who believe in the Bible won't be surprised by that at all. God created this world and created it to be inhabited. Actually, we read that in Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 18. There the prophet Isaiah says, "For thus says the Lord, who created the heavens, who is God, who formed the earth and made it, who has established it, who did not create it in vain, who formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there is no other." This study really is in line with what is sometimes called the rare earth hypothesis. There was an excellent book by a couple of scientists, Peter Ward and Donald Brownlee, which I think I've referred to on this web series webcast before. And they themselves are evolutionists, but they wrote this book, Rare Earth, to try to explain that even though they believe in evolution, wow, advanced life must be rare in the universe because the earth is in a really, really, really special place. The opposite of what Carl Sagan suggested so many years ago is there must be billions and billions of places and other beings like us. Regardless, some might be unnerved by such figures, but for those who believe in the creator of the Bible, it's just one more reason to celebrate. Or actually, it's 700 quintillion more reasons to celebrate. I hope this has benefited you, and I hope you'll check out our other webcasts at tomorrowsworld.org.